Hella, what is going on, my man? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, my brother. Hope it's all is well for you. Happy Friday. It's gonna be a good day today. Hmm. Hmm. So, Hella, I don't know why, but you're not showing up on my screen here. What is up, Andrew? Hey, how are y'all doing? Okay, so I'm wondering why nobody's showing up here on my screen. Luckily, I got my phone pulled out. Let me make sure my settings are good. Mm, this is weird. I don't know why I'm not getting any comments. Let's see if mine shows up. Alright, this is annoying. PlayStation's gotta fix this. Let me look one more time, see what I got going on here. Alright, broadcast, comments, your spectators' comments. Well, I don't know what is going on with my comments. Must be a pain in the butt, I guess. We're just gonna have to work past that, guys. We're just gonna have to work past that. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not getting any comments popping up. So, hope everyone's doing all right tonight. We do have a few minutes until the reset of the vendors, but before we get started, I did want to start off with the best buys of last week, and these are two absolute must-haves. There's a couple other good items, but first is right here in the cavern safe house, which is just above your base of operations to the top right. Wasn't there stamina mods with EDR? Yep, we're gonna get that in just a second. But right here we have got. First, we've got a stamina damage to elite mod right here. If you don't have any, come and pick some of these up for your PvE content. 190 on the stamina, 3% damage to elites. But then right below it, right here, we have really nice 264 with 1% critical hit chance. 267 is the max, but these are very, very good. I bought a few of them. I've got some 266 ones. I wasn't going to buy any of these, but then I started thinking about it. I do have other characters, and I don't have a bunch of these mods on the other characters, so I'm going to go ahead and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll pick up 6 of them there. Thank you for being part of the division community. I've been rewarded claim winner. Okay, cool. Thanks. So yeah. So there's 2 right there. Now we're going to shoot over to West 31st Street DZ checkpoint for the next item. And then I'll be getting to some EDR mods. Hella yeah. Hella yeah. So I took the day off yesterday from streaming. Like I told you, I told you I was thinking about doing like a quick little stream or something, and then taking the rest of the day off. But after I got home from work, I was like, man, I'm just gonna take the day off and relax. And I kind of did have some stuff pop up last night that I had to take care of. But other than that, I had to give me a little rest. I mean, I've gone I think 3 or 4 weeks straight without taking a day off from streaming, on top of my normal working every day, and I just needed to take a little break. It happens. All right, so here we are, and now we have a firearms. It's 263, 1% critical hit chance. Like I said, I would highly recommend picking these up. These are amazing when it comes to your Nomad build, your Predators build. They're good on Striker builds. I mean, just anything that adds more critical hit chance is really good. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 works for me. Alright, let me go stash these bad boys real quick. If I got room, I got room. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so now let's go up to the next one. Tuxedo, how are you doing? Hope you are doing fine. Don't know why comments are not popping up in chat. But I'll just have to keep an eye on my phone. Luckily, I pulled it up, so. Don't know why it's not popping up. Could be something PlayStation. I don't know. This game does some weird stuff sometimes. Very, very, very strange. So we got a few minutes. We got 9 minutes till the reset. I always like to go live. Cool. I always like to come on about 9 or 10 minutes early to go over the best items from the week before. So if you're out there looking for exotic damage resilience mods, I know a lot of people want the 260 and above. This is not 260, but this is still nonetheless pretty damn good. 254 stamina with 2.5% exotic damage resilience. So check that one out if you're interested in that. Is there really a rogue outside there? I can't turn down that.
Warning, now entering dog zone.
Here we go. You don't want no part of it. Didn't want no part. Alright. So there we are in the cavern safe house. We've got the 190 stamina with 3% damage to the elites. In the cavern, there's also the 264 stamina, 1% critical hit chance. West 31st Street has the 263 firearms, 1% critical hit chance. East 64th, where I'm at right now, has the 254 stamina with 2.5% exotic damage resilience. Other than that, let me go through my list from last week here. It really was not a good week when it comes to the vendor reset, other than those couple of mods we had right there. West 46th Street has a 263 stamina with 3,087 skill power. Yeah. West 39th has a 4% Seeker Mine damage mod. 34th has West 34th has a 6% Seeker Sticky Bomb radius mod. And East 58th Street, right below this one, is a rehabilitated mask with 998 armor. And it has 1261 stamina, 4% health on kill, and 16% burn resist. You on PS4, Tuxedo? There's a 265 EDR mod in the DZ04 checkpoint. Don't forget that we found it when we were running once. DZ04 checkpoint. Is that east or west? That's 3. Oh, safe room, the safe room. That's right. I forgot about that. Yes, there is a in the DZ04 safe room. There is a 265 firearms mod with the 2.5. All right, I think it might be 2% exotic damage resilience. But regardless, yes. Tuxedo. Yeah, man. Send me a friend request on PSN. My PSN tag is just Tswandle. TSWANDOL. Alright, let me head back over to the base because we are getting close to the reset. And I don't know why my freaking chat is not working on my screen. Doesn't surprise me though. But I got my phone here, so if I okay, it is 2.5. So if I am a little slow on answering some questions, y'all please just bear with me because I'm going to be on the game and then having to look down at my phone at the same time. But that's it is what it is. I'll make it happen. I'll make it work. Got 5 minutes left till the reset, so go pick up those mods while you can. Y'all are going to hear me say it a few times until the reset because we're constantly having new people join the stream. Welcome, everybody. The Cavern Safe House has a 190 stamina, 3% damage to elites. They also have a 264 stamina, with 1% critical hit chance. If you're looking for the 1% critical hit chance mods, then you have the West 31st Street DZ checkpoint, has a 263 firearms with 1% critical hit chance. East 64th Street has a 254 stamina with 2.5% exotic damage resilience. The DZ04 safe room has the 265 firearms with 2.5 exotic damage resilience. And yeah, so go get them things right now, because I'm telling you, with my this is my Nomad build here, and you see I got the 2 stamina crit chance, Then I have one of the firearms ones. That's right, I bought one of these the other day because mine was 260 that I had on the firearms one. So I already equipped 2 of them here. And then I think on my Predator build it's the same. I think it's a bunch of I think it's the same ones. This might not be them on there. Yeah, okay. I just put those on there. Yes, they make a big difference. Big difference. I tell you, one of my favorite, like yesterday I did run for a little while, me and Evan. We were just me and him. We're playing around on DZ. I finally got my buddy the Predator's Mark classified holster that he needed to complete his Predator Mark classified set. Big shout out to Dr. Dab Life. He got it the other night and dropped it for me at the end of the night. I was just about to go to sleep when I seen his message. Logged on with him real quick. He dropped it for me, and I was able to give it to our buddy Evan yesterday. What is up, Bauer, my man? How are you doing? Welcome. But anyway, he put his Predator build real quick together. We went down to Bryant Park just to see if we could see anybody, and he could test it out. And it was just me and him. We had a couple groups of 4 end up going rogue on him. On us, I ran Nomad, he ran Predator, and we literally just started wiping the ground with these dudes. And it got to the point where we ended up finally going against multi-groups, 2 versus like 6 and 8 people. And they finally started getting us, but not after us taking like 5 and 6 of them out. And luckily I recorded it all, so I will definitely get a video out of that soon. Thank you so much, Bauer. I appreciate that. Y'all go check out my dog Bauer also. Great content, great live streams. Yeah, definitely check him out. So, but we are getting ready to have a new vendor reset. I don't know if anybody's heard. I just had a friend let me know that we are currently in ambush right now, and that ends on Sunday. And then the division has sent out a tweet, which I did just actually look at, starting Monday. So ambush ends Sunday, and then immediately after that, starting Monday, they are restarting Outbreak again, and it will run till I think April 3rd or something. It's gonna be a whole week. We get a whole week Outbreak, so I guess they're gonna go just start doing this every week or something. But yeah, ambush ends and Outbreak's gonna get started right back on Monday. So y'all get ready to get those classified sets if you didn't get the Deadeye. The first one, the Deadeye, Lone Star, what was it? Deadeye, Lone Star, and Sentry? I think I made it in Sentry. Deadeye, Lone Star, Sentry, or something like that. Anyway, alright, y'all. Welcome, everybody. We are about to get this thing done. Some punk went rogue on Hello when he was in his menu. Then he got melted. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's do this thing. I can tell I got like poor connection too because my mask is blurry. Stupid ass Comcast. Comcast sucks, y'all. It really does. It sucks. Alright, if there's anything in particular anybody is looking for, and if you're going to be like in and out of the stream, you know, or if you got other things going on, put it in chat. That way I'll see it, and then if I come across some items, I'll make sure and let you know when you come back on if you miss anything like that, you know, so. Alright, this is the longest minute, but we should get ready to go. Right now, I'm going to start with the blueprints. I'm going to do everything here in the base of operations, and I'm going to shoot over to Camp Clinton, get all them, and then I'll just start the normal old route. Alright, so this week, right now, we got an M870 Express blueprint, 256 blueprint. We got a Stamina Mask blueprint. Definitely pick up these blueprints if you don't already own them. You never know when it might come in handy, especially, you know, if they change stuff down the road. You know, you never know. They might bring in classified high-end items or something, or exotic items, so don't sleep on them. Won't be able to do the blueprints today. That's cool, Evan. No problem, my man. If there's anybody out there that sees other blueprints and what I have on here, if you don't mind, please put them in chat. But I'm going to write down what I got here at the terminal. I've got the M870 Express. And a stamina mask. Alright, let me scroll down and see if we've got anything good on the 229s, anything. Sometimes some of them other weapons do come in handy for high skill builds. As you can see, I do have a couple for, I got a Liberator here. I haven't rolled anything. Vicious, Responsive, and Adept. It's a lower gear score, and Alejandro with Destructive and Dominant. I'll be able to put like Talented and just things that I won't be able to reach on other ones. Good for my tactician where I'm just trying to build stacks. So, all right, let's get this bad boy started. This week in the terminal, the Liberator has 21% enemy armor damage. It has the talents of Determined and Skilled and Dominant. I forgot the Liberator has 3. The Pecan has 22% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of Meticulous, Sustained, and Pecan. The Cassidy this week has a 301.5% stagger with the talents of Trained and Unforgiving. Historian has a really low 141 headshot damage, and it does have the talents of Destructed and Ferocious. The Centurion has Expert and Sustain, and now we have a First Wave PF45 with Expert and Vicious, a First Wave Vector 45 ACP, in my opinion, one of the coolest looking guns in the game. Low 19% critical hit chance. It does have the talents of Fierce, Self-Preserved, and Dominant. We got an ACR here this week with 18% enemy armor damage with the talents of Ferocious, Capable, and Unforgiving. And a military M870 with 342 stagger and Adept, Trained, and Brutal. Got the First Wave M1A with 160 headshot damage, talents of Dominant, Ferocious, and Vicious. And lastly, a military MK46 with 20% damage to targets out of cover, talents of Swift, Unforgiving, and Commanding. I'm going to skip over the gear set items because everybody's chasing classified. I will go through the high ends though. We got a rehabilitated mask this week. It has low armor at 854, 1254 firearms roll. It does have the major attribute of 5% health on kill and a minor of burn resist. Okay, so my buddy Wise says that there's also a SASG blueprint in the terminal. Alright, we have a Reckless chest piece with 1833 armor. It's got 1223 stamina. It's got the talents of, or it's got attributes of skill haste and health on kill. Minor attribute is kill XP. Got an inventive backpack with 1212 armor. It's got an 1165 firearms rolled to it. Major attribute of stability and minor 16% disrupt. Awesome. Thank you, my friends. Jorge. Man, that's what I'm talking about, my man. Hey, nothing but respect. Thank you for your service, for signing up and getting ready to go off. My little brother's in the military right now. He is in the Army. He's stationed in Germany. He's back in Washington right now. But yes, thank you for doing that, man. A lot of people don't, don't show respect, and I hate that to our men and women in uniform. I always will. No matter where I'm at, I always stop and say thank you for your service and your sacrifices. And I think everybody else should too. So, Jorge, man, good luck to you. Write me a little bit later, man. I'll give you my address. You are more than welcome to write, and I will write you while you're there. All right, we got a pair of, I don't even talk about that crappy knee pads. We got a sturdy holster here with 918 armor. It's got a 1238 firearms roll, and it's got a major attribute of 4% critical hit chance. And we've got a pair of decisive gloves with low armor, 864 armor, 1227 stamina roll, with the major attributes of assault rifle damage, critical hit damage, and skill haste. And we've got a very low 245 firearms mod with 3% skill haste and a 6.5% support station duration mod. Got a heavy spring magazine that comes with 11% magazine size, 3% critical hit chance, and 10.9 rate of fire. These are actually really nice for your LMGs with the lower rate of fire. You already get like 100 rounds in it. There's no need in putting it extended to get you up to 200 and something. Put this on it, you get a little extra magazine size, higher crit chance, and a nice rate of fire. Got an SR7 suppressor. This one's actually nice. I'm going to write this one down. These go great on the assault rifles. Let's go special equip. It is 18% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, 6% headshot damage. That is 1 critical hit percent damage point off of being complete god rolled. So definitely pick that up if you do not have maxed out ones. Special equipment. SR7 with 18 crit damage, 3 crit chance, and 6 headshot. Alright, we got a small grip right here below it, which this is another one that's maxed out if you don't have a legacy one. 19% critical hit damage, 5% reload speed, 2.5% stability on it. So I'm going to have to write that one down. So pick this up too, small grip. 19 crit damage, speed, and 2.5 stability. And lastly, we got a T2 micro red dot sight with 6% headshot damage, 2% accuracy, and 4.5% optimal range. If you got a ton of Phoenix credits to blow and you have nothing to blow them on, you're tired of just them stacking up, come down here, especially if you're farming Lexington or any of them missions, Clear Sky. These gear set sealed caches do have a chance to drop bonus items of exotics and classifieds, and they actually have a pretty high drop rate. Me and my friend Evan both bought 10. He had 3 out of the 10 give him bonus items. I had 2. So, that's 30% on his end, 20 on mine. Even if it's 25% drop rate, that's higher than any other drop rate in the game right now. So definitely pick those up and, yeah, burn them Phoenix credits if you got them. Alright, so let's head on in here. I'm going to go up to the advanced weapons vendor here in the base. Then I'll hit the dark zone vendor in here, the 2 gear and weapon vendors, and I'll shoot over to Clinton. Reminder, Sunday, global event ambush ends. Monday, global event outbreak starts again, and it's going to go for a full week. So more details coming up soon. But let's get it started here. We got a M45A1 pistol, and it does have accurate on it. We got a converted USC here with 20% critical hit chance. These have a high damage, low rate of fire. It's got adept, hurried, and ambusher. And here's a lightweight M4 with 22% enemy armor damage with the talents of capable, unforgiving, and predatory. So this would be a really nice, PvE one, or it could be a PvP one if you did it just right. A lot of people ask about this, so I'm going to put this on the list. Advance. Lightweight M4, 22 enemy armor damage, capable, unforgiving. Alright. Got a M870 Express with 339.5 stagger with the talents of capable, brutal, and responsive. A Model 700 with really low 149 headshot damage, talents of sustained, destructed, and elevated. And a M249B with 20% damage to targets out of cover. It has the talents of meticulous, commanding, and ferocious. We have a heavy spring magazine here with 4.5 reload speed, 3% critical hit chance, and a nice 10.5 rate of fire. Got an Osprey 45 suppressor with 14.5% accuracy, 2.5% stability, 6% headshot damage. And we got an angled grip, 12.5% stability, 4.5 optimal range, and 2% accuracy. If you're just getting into the lightweight variants, the M4 variants of weapons, they do have, kind of a nasty recoil, especially like the Police M4 and the Liberator. So until you get comfortable with it, I would recommend putting one of these on there, and then you can work your way to the small grip later. Alright, and last we got a Russian red dot sight with 16% accuracy, 5.5 headshot damage, and 2.5 stability. Start running, sprinting over here to the next one. Alright, the Dark Zone vendor in the base of operations this week has a tactical ACR with 21% enemy armor damage. It has the talents of intense, deadly, and swift. Got a pair of Savage gloves here with a 983 armor roll, 1240 on the electronics. It does have 16% critical hit damage, 11% marksman rifle damage, and 6% critical hit chance. So these could be really good Savage gloves for some kind of a hexo ninja bike type bag or something like that. Alright, we got a 4.5% support station healing speed mod and a hand stop foliage green with 29.5% reload speed, 2.5 stability, 4% critical hit damage. These go really good on your LMGs. And then of course, out of these 2 caches, if you're going to spend any of the money on it, I would prefer you doing it on the consumable cache because they could give you Dark Zone keys, and everybody knows that the Dark Zone crates can now drop classifieds. Alright, here at the weapons vendor, we have a Osprey 45 suppressor 14.5% accuracy, 2.5% critical hit chance, and 5.5% headshot damage. The gear vendor this week has there it is, a rejuvenated mask with 925 armor. It's got a 1252 stamina roll and a major attribute of 4% critical hit chance and a minor of 15% burn resist. Electronics, 196 electronics with 6% increased kill XP and a 3.5% turret damage mod. Alright, so that does it for the base of operations. I am going to head up here to Camp Clinton, and I will check the vendors here, and then I'll start up at Autumn's Hope in Times Square and work my way around the light zone, and then I'll go to the DZ checkpoints. For the sake of time, I don't hit the safe rooms in the DZ. If there's anybody that's in the DZ right now and you happen to go to any of them, if you see any items that just catch your eye that look like must-haves, I would appreciate it if you put it in chat. Yeah, I've done that before. I went to some of the safe rooms and it just took too long having to run through all that. So, alright, the blueprint vendor this weekend here, I'm seeing a First Wave PF45 blueprint at EXPS3 holographic sight, compressor, and that's about it on those, and nothing really good over there for the rest of it. Alright, let's go check the special equipment vendor over here. Alright, this week the Cassidy over here has 313.5 staggered, and it comes with the talents of Swift and Determined. The Historian has a very nice 170 headshot damage. It has the talents of Fierce and Trained. That sucks. Centurion has Responsive, and the Liberator has 18% enemy armor damage with Responsive, Determined, and Skill. The Pecan has 21% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of Vicious, Brutal, and Pecan. Alright, I'm in DZ safe from 3. Nothing worth getting. Alright. Thank you for checking in, Mr. Dirk. Let me know if you come across anything good. Alright, we got a M45A1 with Unforgiving in the free slot, or in the bottom slot. Got an AUG A3 Para XS with 22.5% critical hit chance, talents of Swift, Capable, and Hurried. Here's another lightweight M4 with 19% enemy armor damage, talents of Swift, Responsive, and Skilled. There's a Super 90 this week with 333 staggered, and it has Capable, Predatory, and Determined. Classic M1A here with 159 headshot damage, talents of Skilled, Fierce, and Swift. And we got a Black Market RPK 74E with 21% damage to targets out of cover, and it has the talents of Sustained, Dominant, and Brutal. Alright, we got another rehabilitated mask here with 968 armor. It's got a perfect 1271 electronics roll, 10% exotic damage resilience, and a minor attribute of disorient. So I'm actually going to write this one down because this is really good, and I've been told by a ton of people this is really nice to have to counter the predators. Alright, Clinton. Rehab. What's the armor on that bad boy? 968 armor. 1271 deck. 10% exotic. And 15 disorient. Alright. Got a rapid chest piece here with 1857 armor to it. It's got 1187 firearms roll, major attributes of 5% enemy armor damage and 5% health on kill, and a minor of 26% increased kill XP. And we've got a relentless backpack with a really nice 1330 armor. It's got 1122 firearms roll, major attribute of 12,500 skill power, and a minor of 17% burn resist. Don't do the crappy knee pads. Alright, we got a sturdy holster here with 959 armor. It's got pretty much low rolls across the board other than the 1261 stamina, and it does have skill haste as a major attribute. And lastly, we got a pair of Astute gloves, 913 armor with a 1205 stamina roll. It has health on kill, 4% health on kill, 15% critical hit damage, and 7% enemy armor damage. We have a 244 stamina mob with 3% skill haste, that's really low, and a 6.5% support station range. We got a high velocity magazine with 6.5 critical hit chance, 5% reload speed, and 5.2 rate of fire. There's a Tyrant suppressor here with 7.5% critical hit chance, 4.5 optimal range, and 2.5 stability. and a PEQ 15 laser, 16.5 accuracy, 2.5 stability, and 4.5 optimal range. And lastly, we got a rugged mini reflex sight with 7.7% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 stability. If you don't have any of these, pick you a couple up. They are good on the assault rifles. They do fit on a few of the. Actually, I think this fits on all SMGs. I think it might not. It might just be a few of them. But if you need a little extra critical hit chance, these will definitely give it to you. All right. So let's go up here to Autumn's Hope and get this bad boy rolling. Hope everyone's had a great week this week. It's been interesting. You know, most people know by now I live down in Panama City Beach, Florida. It's spring break capital of the world, and we are now in, I think, the second week of spring break. I think it's like the third week. This is the second of the bigger weeks. I think next week and the week after are the biggest, and that's when it's just going crazy here. So, yeah, if you are in school, college, whatever, and you're getting ready to go on spring break, be safe, have fun, but be safe. Alright guys, let's see what we got here. We have got a nimble holster with low 898 armor to it, and it's got a 1135 firearms, 1229 stamina, and a 1269 electronics roll. Major attribute is a very nice 4% critical hit chance. We got a 206 electronic superior mod with 4% bleed resist, and a 240 stamina with the absolute most worthless talent in the game, 2% all resist. I need to change that. If it was like 10% or something, you know, that'd be a lot better. Get 10% there, 10% here, maybe build yourself up to like 35, 40% all resistance. That would be amazing. But 2 and 4% here and there, just it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Alright. See what we got here at the Wolves Den. Alright, we've got a G36C with 20% enemy armor damage and the talents of Deadly, Self-Preserved, and Focused. And we've got a vertical grip here. It's got 45.5% optimal range, 2.5 stability, and 2% accuracy. I do put this, the vertical grip, I put that on all of my my marksman rifles, especially bolt action ones. I used to put the small grip on it for that extra critical hit damage, but I tried this one day. I put it on there, and I had it. I had prepared on it, and the optimal range, along with prepared, it hit so much harder at distance. It was worth it, and now I put it on all my marksman rifles. All right, here we are. We've got a pair of accomplished knee pads. You can see what it is. I hate that there's only 2 types of high-end knee pads in the game, so I tend to skip over them because they're not really worth a damn unless you're just field proficiency farming. All right, we got a 186 firearms mod with 3% disorient resist and a 231 stamina with 2944 skill power. It's ridiculously low and not even worth the time. All right, let me jump over here to the cavern, and then I'll hop back over where I was at. Alright, 6% first aid self-heal performance mod at Safe House DZ04. Thank you, Dirt. So, if you're just getting up to World Tier 5, or, hell, you ain't gonna be a World Tier 5, any tier you're on, if you don't have plenty of 6% first aid self-heal mods, then go pick them up now. Alright, this week we have got a recovered holster, and we're going to continue the trend of extremely low armor, 899 armor. It does, however, have a decent firearms and electronics roll with a low 1155 stamina and the major attribute of 7% skill haste. We've got a 205 electronics mod with 3% burn resist and a 2% pulse critical hit chance mod if you're trying to get a little bit more crit out of your stuff. So I'll put that one down. That's not bad. Cavern, 2% pulse crit chance. Alright, let's jump back over here to Kermit Station. Also, everyone, on top of doing live vendor resets, I'm on PlayStation 4. I have people who are good close friends of mine who play on all platforms: PC, Xbox, and of course PS4. But I run a DZ farming stream. I've been doing it for a long time. I think I'm one of the only ones out there that do it on a very consistent basis. But basically, me and my friends will go farm the DZ, and any classifieds or exotics that we get, if anybody wants them, we invite them to join our group. We either let an NPC kill us or we'll grenade ourselves, let those items drop, help you extract it out so you can be on your way. To this day, we have helped literally probably 100 people finish off their classified sets and whatnot, and it's just worked out really well. Plus, like I said, we got people on Xbox and PC who will put in chat, hey, I got a classified predator chess piece if anybody needs it on PC, and it's just been amazing. Just all the support that we've got and people helping out. So yeah, if this is your first time checking out my channel, I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And if you don't like the content later, you can always unsubscribe and tell me to go piss off. But give me a chance, man. I love this community, and I try to give back any way I can. And also, if you're new to the game and need help, just let me know. All right, we got a snub-nosed rhino here with sustained on it, and a CQBSS scope, 8-time scope with 11.5 stability, 6% headshot damage, and 4% critical hit damage. Let's go down to Camp Hudson. See what we got. Man, William, I really appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. My grandfather was in the military, served in World War II. My little brother is now, and my grandmother, she actually lived in Poland and during World War II, and her entire family was killed. She had to go through concentration camps and whatnot. Anyway, long story. Really, just an amazing story. But she made her way over to Ellis Island, and so you know, she was just so proud when she seen my brother enlist in the military. It just really, you know, was a huge sense of pride for her, especially with all that she had been through. So, yes, I am very grateful for men and women in uniform. All right, here we are at the weapons vendor at Camp Hudson, and we got a classic RPK 74 with 20% damage to targets out of cover. It's got the talents of fierce, destructive, and dominant. And we got a quick release magazine here with 29.5% reload speed, 3% critical hit chance, and 12% magazine size. Check the gear vendor. Funny story, I didn't know that there was another vendor back here for the longest time. Alright, we got a robust chest piece here with 1955 armor. It's got a 1246 electronics roll, major attribute of 10% exotic damage resilience, 6% enemy armor damage, and a minor of 25% increased kill XP. We have got a 189 electronics mod with 3% shock resist and a 3.5% mobile cover damage resilience mod. Head up to the meat locker. Confirm fast forward, yes. Anything worth buying so far? Yeah, and the special equipments vendor in the terminal, there's an SR7 suppressor that is literally almost a god roll. It's got 18% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 6% headshot damage. And then right below it, there's a small grip with 19% crit damage, which is maxed out, 5% reload speed, 2.5 stability. The advanced weapons vendor by the gun range has a lightweight M4 with 22 enemy armor damage. It's got capable, unforgiving, and predatory, so you know it could be a good PvE one. And then the cavern has a 2% pulse critical hit chance mod. So nothing really great so far, but you know, a couple items. Alright, here we go. We got a M870 Express with 333 stagger on it. It's got the talents of accurate, sustained, and talented. And we got an Omega rifle suppressor with 16.5% headshot damage, 2.5 stability, and 2% accuracy. Keep this thing moving to the last call. Nope, there it is. Oh, wait. About to pass Madison Stand. Can't do that. Yeah, no problem, Catch. How you doing? How you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing alright. And just a reminder to everybody, the division has sent out tweets and messages to everybody. They were changing their schedule up. The mini global event ambush will be ending on Sunday as it's supposed to. Then they're going to restart Outbreak starting on Monday. So the next day you got Outbreak, and it's actually going to run for a whole week. So I don't know if they're just gonna, keep running these over and over and over until 1.8.1, but that's pretty cool though. They want to make sure everybody really has a chance to get all the classified gear, and I'm fine with that because it sure would suck having to go up against people wearing all classifieds and you just wearing regular gear. So lunch break almost over. All right. Well, if there's anything in particular that you're looking for, any kind of gear, mods, or anything, if you got to get off here, just let me know in chat what you want, and I can shoot you a message a little bit later, or put it in the comment section afterwards, to where you don't have to go through and watch the whole video or anything like that. All right, we got a steadfast holster here with 896 armor. It's got 1123 firearms, decent, okay stamina, and a decent electronics roll, and a major attribute of 20% reload speed. We got a 201 firearms mod with 4% bleed resist, and a 264 firearms with 3263 skill power. It's doing that's not too bad right there, so I'm gonna put that one down because I've had a few people that like the skill power mods. Oh dear lord! All right, this is Madison's stand. 264 firearm and 3263. Alright, now let's go to the last call. Alright, we got another G36C here with 21% enemy armor damage, and it has the talents of Intense, Predatory, and Focused. Then we have an extended magazine with really low 110 magazine size. It's got 4% critical hit damage and a 5.5 rate of fire. Just a little tip. This is a low 110. If you don't have any and you don't have a blueprint, pick this one up. If you do have a classified Predator's Mark build, and you have critical hit damage rolled on your backpack and on your knee pads and crit chance on your mask and your holster, and you're trying to get as much critical hit chance and damage out of it as possible, one way to add that little extra bit of critical hit chance or damage to that build and make it hit harder is to put a critical hit damage extended magazine on there. Mine has, I think, like 56% crit hit chance and 135 crit hit damage. That's without any kind of pulse or anything. So that little extra right there, that 4%, makes a huge difference in those Predator builds. So, all right, let's head over to the ward and see what we got. It's funny, I remember when Predator's Mark first come out in the PTS, everybody was just getting just melted. And everybody's complaining. They're like, they're going to fix it, they're going to tweak it, they're going to nerf it. It didn't. People were like, oh, that's it, the game is dead. And when it first came out, it was powerful. I remember first getting it, and it was like the great equalizer. And mine is still really strong. But people have really learned to build around it, and it's just cool that, I'm glad they didn't nerf it. I'm 100% against people nerfing anything. Do not ever nerf anything. If anything, you buff everything else around it. When you start nerfing stuff in the name of PvP, you kill the PvE game. When you nerf stuff in the name of PvE, you kill the PvP game. So don't do that. You balance everything else out. Alright, we got a 210 electronics mod with 3% burn resist, and a 240 stamina with 3020 health. So nothing worth a damn. Let's go up to the southpaw and see what we got going on up here. Alright, we've got a steadfast holster here with 945 armor. It's got a low 1181 firearms roll. It does have a decent stamina roll, and electronics roll. It's got 19.5 reload speed to it. We got a 202 firearms mod with 4% blind def resist and a 265 stamina with 3268 skill power. So that's good enough to get written down on here. Southpaw, 265 stamina with 3268 skill power. Whew. Sorry, I got heartburn. Alright. Hope there's a good elbow this time around. What's up, Rex? How you doing, my man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Andrew, you did hear what I said about the lightweight earlier, right? Lightweight M4 at Advanced Weapons Vendor. Alright, let's kick it up with the next one. Grindhouse. The Grindhouse. If you have a tactician build and you want to have a lot of fun, I do have a tactician PvE build. In fact, 2 nights ago when I started my stream out, I went and did the weekly HVTs, the hardest ones on there solo, and I literally finished them within like 7 minutes, start to finish. I've got a really good Seeker Mine Sticky Bomb tactician build with a bunch of damage to elites and whatnot. It is a blast. My Elvoa does like 13k damage, 13.9k damage, and I just melt people with all the damage to elites and enemy armor damage. So it's a blast. Check out the video, or I can show y'all a little bit later what it is. But it's really fun to solo stuff. You can solo legendary missions with it too. So, all right, here we are. We have got a military SA-58. It's a 3-round burst gun. It's extremely powerful. It takes a little while to get used to, but if you do, it's fun to use. 21% enemy armor damage with the talents of dominant, self-preserved, and destructive. Then we got a PEQ-15 laser with 16% accuracy, 4.5 reload speed, and 2.5 stability. So nothing good here either. All right, check out the firewall, the Ubisoft place. Oh, I do want to give a big shout out to my man Agent Mad Max. He does some of the best cosplay stuff you'll ever see with the Division. Look him up on Twitter if you haven't already heard of him. But he was just recently selected to go out to Los Angeles for E3 2018 and be a test player for the Division 2 during E3. So, man, congratulations to you. You deserve it. Is just awesome for you, man. It's an honor to know you too, my man. Keep up the great work. Alright, here we are. We got a sturdy holster with 991 armor. It's got a 1256 stamina, low firearm, low electronics, and another 20% reload speed. Got a 183 firearms mod with 3% blind def resist, and a 259 electronics with 2966 skill power. So nothing worth a damn. And we're going to finish off the light zone in the crypt. Maybe we'll have something good here. Come on, this would be a good time to have that Elvo or something. Have a deadly responsive and vicious on my lightweight M4. Okay. You know, the Elvoa and the lightweight M4 are pretty much the exact same weapon. In my personal opinion, the lightweight has slightly better stability, and the Elvoa, I guess it might hit just a hair harder, but I don't know. I used to like the lightweight over it. Now, to be honest with you, I really don't care which one I use. Alright, and we got another tactical SA-58 with 22% enemy armor damage with meticulous, dominant, and fierce. And we got a hand stop foliage green with 29% reload speed, 2% accuracy, and 5% optimal range. So, really nothing good. I had another freaking power outage. That sucks. Alright, yeah. So, I think you heard the Advanced Weapons Vendor has a lightweight M4, 22% enemy. I tell you what, let me just start up at the top real quick. Special Equipment Vendor in the terminal has a SR7 suppressor with 18% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, 6% headshot damage. There's also a small grip with 19% critical hit damage, which is the max outside of Legacy, 5% reload speed, and 2.5 stability. The Advanced Weapon Vendor inside the base of operations has a lightweight M4 with 22% enemy armor damage, and it has Capable, Unforgiven, and Predatory. Camp Clinton has a rehabilitated mask with 968 armor. It's got a perfect 1271 electronics roll, and it also has 10% exotic damage resilience and 15% disorient resist. The Cavern Safe House has a 2% pulse critical hit chance mod. Madison Sand has a 264 firearms mod with 3263 skill power. And Southpaw has a 265 stamina mod with 3268 skill power. And that is it as far as the light zone. So not much of anything. I'm going to start up here at East 64th Street DZ checkpoint, and I'm just going to work my way down and then up the west side, and that will be it. After that, I'll probably take a few minutes break in the stream. I'll take a few minute break, and then I'll be getting back on to do something. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out. We used to do incursions and all that on Fridays and legendaries, which we could, but I don't know. Whatever they want to do. Alright, here we are. We've got a 242 electronics mod with 1% critical hit chance, and then a 1.5 pulse critical hit chance mod, which I'm not even going to write that down since we got a 2% one at the Cavern, and it doesn't cost Dark Zone credits. And I'm not going to put this one on the list because it's just too damn low. Alright, let's jump down to East 61st Street. Wow. Dirk, thank you, man. I really appreciate you going and doing that, checking that out. So, none of the safe rooms have anything worth a damn outside of DZ04 safe room has a 6% first aid self-heal mod. Alright, here we go. We got an extended magazine with 114 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 critical hit chance. There's a Tyrant Suppressor with 7.5 critical hit chance, 2.5 stability, and 4% critical hit damage. Got the vertical grip, my favorite kind of grips in the game, for them marksman rifles with 43.5 optimal range, 2.5 stability, and 2% accuracy. And lastly, a Pro Red Dot sight with 18% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 5% optimal range. Let's go down to the next one here. Whew, I almost joined somebody. I hate when that happens. East 58th Street. This is one that sells all the high-end stuff. High-end gear. Next one will be high-end weapons. No problem. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. I'm on actually every day except Thursdays. Well, Thursday is my scheduled day off for streaming, but a lot of times I still stream. But I'm on every afternoon at around 6:30, or but just say 7 o'clock Eastern time. 7 o'clock Eastern time is when I get on pretty much every day. Alright, here we go. We got a rehabilitated mask with 948 armor. It's got a decent 1269 stamina roll, major attribute of 4% critical hit chance, and a minor of blind death resist. There is a robust chest piece with 1966 armor, 1208 electronics roll. It's got a major of 5.5 enemy armor damage, 11% exotic damage resilience, and a minor of 55% ammo capacity. Alright, and we have got a relentless backpack. I was about to say chest piece. 1203 on the armor. It's got a 1208 electronics roll. It's got a decent 11,800 health and 14% burn resist. Alright, we got a recovered holster with 937 armor. It's got a very nice stamina roll, low on the electronics and firearms, and it does have 7% skill haste. And lastly, we got a pair of decisive gloves with 911 armor, 1194 stamina, 9% skill haste, 4% health on kill, and 12% pistol damage. So, nothing really worth a damn. Let's check out Park Avenue, weapons vendor. And if there's anybody that maybe is popping in the stream also and you just started this game, or maybe you've been playing it for a little while and it's just not clicking, don't give up on the game. If you're on PS4, hit me up. I'd be happy to run with you. I've got multiple characters. I got a few that's here maxed out. I got one that's a level 29, and then I have another one who's actually level 14. So even if you're new to the game, hit me up. I'll run through with you. I'll show you how to build properly, teach you how to do it. Just don't give up on the game. The game was stressful for me for the longest time, and once it clicked, I just clicked and I understood it, and I love it. And so yeah, you just hit me up. And even if you're not on PS4, let me know. And if I can't hook you up with the right person, I'll start a stream up live, and it'll just be me and you, and we'll go through and do what we gotta do. Even if we gotta do it through emails with screenshots and stuff together to each other. But yeah. All right. So here we got a PX4 Storm Type T, and it has accurate on it. We got a converted SMG 9 with 22.5% critical hit chance, and the talents of talented, commanding, and determined. So this would be a pretty good skill build one. Here we are with another lightweight M4 with 21% enemy armor damage with competent, sustained, and capable. Blech. Got a double barrel sawed-off shotgun with 332.5 stagger, and it has the talents of capable, commanding, and determined. That's actually not too bad with determined there. You could always roll commanding wave for predatory or something. You'd have you an all right sawed off double barrel sawed off. I think that's what I'm running. I got predatory, unforgiven, and yeah, determined. And unforgiven actually works really well for me. There's been times where I'm like shooting someone, their health is really low. I run out of ammo, and instead of reloading, I might have 1 bar of health left, and so now all of a sudden that 145 is getting close to 200k, and I pull it out, and I can just take someone down. They could be like I have a third of their health, and that'll wipe them like quick. All right, I got a thank you, Dirk. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Got a converted SRS here. It's got 168 headshot damage. It's got the talents of prepared, sustained, and determined. And lastly, we got a M249B with 20. It's a LMG, 21% damage to targets out of cover, with the talents of sustained, fierce, and deadly. All right, let's see. We got it East 53rd Street. If you're just coming back to the game, also. I would really encourage y'all to go into the DZ. Coming up soon on the next update, they will be increasing the drop rate, so, by a little bit, and then they're going to make it to where every named boss in the game has a chance to drop every exotic and classified, not just the DZ bosses or anything. It's going to be everyone. But as of right now, I've had people ask, what's the best way to get exotics? What's the best way to get classifieds? The best way to get guaranteed exotics is to, of course, do your weekly legendaries and incursions and whatnot. As far as classifieds, if it's not a global event, I'm telling you that the Dark Zone. I've had friends that came in and missed a global event, and by the time the next one started, we were able to get him complete sets that he wanted in the time and that in that little period between them. So Dark Zone is. Plus, I like it. I like the fact that if I get something, maybe I'll get it out, maybe I won't. That actually, I used to hate that. Now I like that. Anyway, let me get done blabbing here and get back to, we got a tactical SASG 12. It's got 303 stagger to it with the talents of accurate, meticulous, and swift. We got a pair of cunning gloves with 929 armor. It's got 1114 firearms roll with major attributes of shotgun damage, health on kill, and critical hit damage. We got a 243 electronics mod with 2.5% exotic damage resilience, really low, and a VX1 12 time scope with 18% headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 stability. So that's actually pretty good right there. Alright. East 46th Street. And you've heard me before talk about those consumable caches. They cost 25,000 DZ credits each. I used to buy a ton of them because I had like 10 million DZ funds and nothing to ever spend them on. I had hundreds of Dark Zone keys too because there was never anything good in them crates. The only time I opened the crates is when it was on the leaderboards. One day I opened them and then I got it classified out of it. And once I found that out, I started opening every Dark Zone crate. Then I started wasting all my money on these to get more Dark Zone keys. Well, a little trick I found out is if you have another character, if you get them to level 29, at level 29 you get all high ends, so it's fun to go down there and PvP with high ends again. But anyway, level 29 Dark Zone, these consumable caches only cost 1,000 Dark Zone credits, and you get the same 0 to 3 Dark Zone keys in it. And now that all your characters share everything, I'll drop down to that character and I'll buy 25 of these caches for the price of one, and I usually get about 40 to 60 keys out of it. So nice little trick to be able to get hundreds of keys at a fraction of the cost. Alright, so here we are with the Police MK17. It's got 142 headshot damage, really low to it, and it has the talents of intense, proficient, and meticulous. We've got an electronics health mod, 241 electronics with 3155 health, really low. And we've got a hand stop here with 30% reload speed, 5% optimal range, and 2.5 stability. Alright. Let's shoot on over to the next one. Where's that? Where's that? Thought there was one in between. Yep, there it is. East 42nd Street. Alright. We got a tactical M249 para here. It's an LMG. It's got 20% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of Dominant, Sustain, and Swift. We got an Enduring Mask with 950 armor, 1128 firearm roll, 4% health on kill, and a minor of 14% increased kill XP. Here's a, ooh, very nice. This is one I was actually looking for. Oh, is this 42nd Street? Yes, East 42nd Street. East 42nd. 2% pulse crit damage. These are really nice for them strikers to get that extra critical hit damage. So pick some of these up if you don't have any. And we got a T2 micro red dot sight with 14.5% accuracy, 2.5 stability, and 4.5% optimal range. Alright, let's check out East 40th Street. Alright, here we go with the Infantry MG5. It's an LMG with 19% damage to targets out of cover. It's got the talents of Swift, Self-Preserved, and Talented. And we got a pair of Savage Gloves with a very nice 999 armor. It's got a 1246 stamina roll. Sorry. And it's got a major attributes of 5% critical hit chance, 12% SMG damage, and 9% skill haste. These are actually really nice. You could add critical hit damage there where skill haste is, and then always optimize to get stamina higher. Or if you want to roll it to firearms, you could do that, and then of course optimize to max everything else out. Here we got a horrible all-resist firearms mod, and then lastly a 552 hollow sight with 7.5 crit chance, 2% accuracy, and 2.5 stability. Alright, let's check out East 34th Street. Alright, we got a M870 Express. It's got 302.5 stagger, 148k damage on my gun here. It's got the talents of Ferocious, Capable, and Sustain. You got a recovered holster with 974 armor, and it's got low rolls across the board, and it does have a major attribute of 4% critical hit chance. We got a 250 electronics mod with 3% critical hit or 3% skill haste. If you don't have any of these, and you need some, you can pick some of these up till you get a better one. All my mods back pre 1.8 were all skill haste ones. Everything was skill haste. I've just now kind of started getting away from it a little bit, but I still use them though. They are skill haste is still very important. Alright, we got a Tyrant Suppressor here with 7% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.5 optimal range. Check out East 31st Street. Alright, here we got the Tactical Vector 45 ACP with 19.5 critical hit chance, talents of Predatory, Destructive, and Capable. Got a 4% Ballistic Shield Damage Resilience mod, and a PEQ-15 laser with 15% accuracy, 5% optimal range, and 5% reload speed. Alright, let's check out the 5th Avenue DZ vendor. If you miss the days of PvP back in the day when it was all high-end gold bills before gear sets, you know, with the vigorous chest piece, savage gloves, nimble holster, refreshed mask. You may have heard me a few minutes ago talking about I have a character that's level 29 and you get gold gear. Um, Me and a lot of my friends, we all have characters, alternate characters that are level 29, and that's what we do. We go in the DZ down there and we just PvP. We go on manhunts. It is so much fun. There's none of that Predators Bleed, Striker Stacks. This is PvP when it was fun. With, you know, it comes down to skill and not just what talent you have, six-piece talent. So, all right, here we got a SASG 12. It's got 333.5 stagger with it, with the talents of Swift, Adept, and Unforgiving. Here's a nimble holster, 941 armor. It's got a low electronics roll, nice stamina, and a firearms with a major attribute of 6% skill haste. We've got a pulse critical hit chance mod here, 2%. Again, I'm not going to write this one down because I've got one in the cavern that costs regular game credits compared to DZ credits. And we got a PEQ 15 laser with 16% accuracy, 2.5 stability, and 5% reload speed. Alright, let's check out West 31st Street now. Alright, we got a Burstfire MP5A4 with 18.5% critical hit chance, talents of Predatory, Determined, and Ferocious. We got a Steadfast holster, 898 armor. It's got a very low electronics roll, a low stamina, and a mid-range firearms roll, and it does have 7,133 health. Here we got a low 249 firearms mod with 2920 health. And we've got an angled grip with 13.5 stability, 2% accuracy, and 5% optimal range. Alright, let's check out West 34th Street. Alright, we got a double barrel shotgun here with 290 stagger, talents of Accurate, Ferocious, and Commanding. And we got a rejuvenated mask with 948 armor. It's got 1194 firearms roll to it, and it does have a major of 10.5 exotic damage resilience and a minor of 15% blind death resist. Here we got a 258 stamina mod with 2.5 exotic damage resilience. So I'm going to write this one down if anybody needs one. That's 34. It's not the highest, but it'll do if you ain't got one. Stand. 5 exotic damage resilience. Alright, and let's roll this one out with a 117.5 magazine size, 2.5 critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. Alright, on to the next one. Let's go to West 39th Street. Alright, let's see what we got going on over here. Alright, we got a military G36 with 19% enemy armor damage. It's got the talents of Destructed, Meticulous, and Focused. We got a technical backpack with 1312 armor. It's got a decent 1257 electronics roll. It's got 11,700 health and 15% disrupt resist. Here we got a 253 stamina with 1% critical hit chance. Again, this is not very good, but if anybody missed last week's, I will put this down because you can use these until you get a better one. They'll still work for you. 253 stand. 1% critical hit chance. Alright, and we got another extended mag. This one is a 118 magazine size with 3% critical hit chance and a 5% rate of fire. Have I missed anything good so far? So really the best item so far, the Cavern Safe House has a 2% pulse critical hit chance mod. Southpaw has a 265 stamina mod with 3268 skill power. Madison Stan has a 264 firearms mod with 3263 skill power. the East 42nd Street DZ vendor has a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod. And then West 34th has a 258 stamina with 2.5 exotic damage resilience. And this one is the 253 stamina with 1% critical hit chance. So nothing too great. And then also here, I'll write this extended mag down just in case anybody does not have the blueprint. That's going to be extend 118 size, 3 crit chance, and 5 rate of fire. Alright, let's move on up to the next one. It's going to be West 42nd Street. I like doing these live vendor resets. Yeah, man, thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. I like doing these resets. That way, you know, a couple hours after reset, there's a bunch of people who have put videos out, little 10-minute videos or 5 minutes. That's just the best items of the week in their eyes. So I decided to do one where I just go to every one of them. That way you don't have to waste a minute of gameplay. You can sit there and play the game, pull this up on a tablet, computer, or phone, and turn the volume up. Let me do all the work, and you continue to grind to get the gear that you need. And it's been awesome, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not going to mispronounce that one, so we're just going to call you H Gaming. Here we got a tactical MK16 with 18% enemy armor damage. It's got the talents of Adept, Capable, and Responsive. We got a technical backpack with 1288 armor. It's got 1133 firearms roll, major attribute of 16% stability, and a minor of 55% ammo capacity. Here we got a 5% ballistic shield damage resilience mod, and a muzzle brake with 13.5 stability, 5.5 headshot, and 4% critical hit damage. Alright, let's move it on up to West 46th Street. When we get more information, of course, on Division 2, we'll be relaying anything back that I hear to everyone, which I'm sure y'all find stuff out too. I do have a few friends who are going to E3 and get to do test playing it, and then they're going to be reporting back to me immediately what they feel and things like that in the game. And then on day one of the game, I will get it, and I'll be playing from the beginning. And yes, I'll be doing vendor resets in the new game. During the campaign, it's going to be interesting because not everybody's going to be on the same level. But, you know, still going to do it. Gotta do it. Alright, here we are. We got a Navy MP5N with 20% critical hit damage with the talents of Adept, Meticulous, and Commanding. We got a resourceful backpack with 1295 armor. It's got an 1172 electronics roll, and it has 12,000 skill power and 15% disrupt resist. Here is for all you healers out there, this is a 6% first aid ally heal. These are pretty damn good. This is West 46th Street, 6%. First aid ally. If you're a healer, definitely check these out. These are nice. Give your team a better heal. And here we got a muzzle brake with 13.5 stability, 4% critical hit damage, and 3% critical hit chance. Alright. And lastly, we got West 53rd Street. So again, this week is kind of like last week's, where it's really not good at all, but there's just a couple things in here that's, you know, okay. But they've been slacking on us lately. They've definitely been slacking. Alright, here we got a Burstfire MP5A4. It's got 22% critical hit damage with the talents of Vicious, Adept, and Deadly. If this was regular MP5, this would be just godly, but it's not. Alright, we got a pair of Decisive Gloves with 970 armor. It's got an 1147 electronics roll with the major attribute of 11% LMG damage, 8% skill haste, and 5.5 critical hit chance. Here is a 5.5 first aid ally heal. We're not even going to mention that one. And we got a small laser pointer with 17% accuracy, 2.5 stability, and 4% critical hit damage. So yeah, that are the originals all going to play the campaign through together? Yes, that's the plan. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is the channel Agent T Swandle. I play on PS4. Um, me and my friends, we do have a gaming group that we've come up with, D-Tech Gaming Group. And D-Tech, Division Tech, but that's not really what it is. It's actually us five founding members. We got the Dukester, me, Tony, Evan, Chris, and our homeboy Hella. D-Tech. Yes, when Division 2 comes out, we will be doing the campaign together. There's 5 of us. I don't know if you can do 5-man ones, but we're going to figure a way to do it. Each member of our group will have the game on launch day. No ifs, ands, or buts. And so, yeah, we're going to, when the beta comes out, we'll do what we can on that. We're going to start streaming from the beginning. And, the cool thing about it is it's going to be new to everybody. I didn't start playing this game till after, I think it was like 2 or 3 months after the game came out. So this is going to be cool to be able to start from day one and be able to put content out. I'm excited for it. I know there's going to be ups and downs, but that's what makes this game so much fun. I really like the direction in Division 2 from what I've been told where it's going. I've had a few people kind of tell me a few things about it that, that they probably shouldn't have told me, but I'm not going to relay everything back out. I don't want to get any of them in trouble. But yes, the Division 2 has potential to be great. Don't give up on the Division 1 here coming very soon. We got these things coming up called Shields, which is going to be, we got global events that go on right now. Shields is going to be a new activity that'll run. And what you do is when you do these shields, they're kind of like commendations. You'll complete them. And you're not going to get rewarded for them right now. But when the Division 2 comes out, you will have some kind of reward. I'm thinking some kind of cosmetic or something like that, an outfit, patch, mask, something that you can only get by doing shields in Division 1, and you'll be able to receive them in the Division 2. So that's pretty cool. So we can kick out Tony so the rest of us can do it. Yeah, that's cool. Y'all four can stream. I'll just I'll let y'all do that. That'll be fine. I don't care. I'll give you my login and password. Y'all can take over my page, and then I'll send you my credit card numbers, my social security card, and my house keys, car keys, and all that good stuff. So don't hurt me, guys. Don't hurt me. Look at that blurry mask. Gotta love Comcast Xfinity. Well, everyone, I do appreciate y'all swinging by. I love doing these vendor resets. I got so tired of waiting 3 or 4 hours after vendor reset to go see what was good. By watching somebody's 10-minute video, and I was watching them for the longest time, and then one day I just started going to every vendor, and then I seen a video later that day, and I was like, dude, they left out like 3 or 4 items that were really good that I actually needed. So at that moment I realized, well, maybe these vendor videos are just what they deem to be good and not necessarily what we might need. So I started this live vendor thing, and it's every week's been better and better and better, and I look forward to them every week. So I do appreciate everyone. Dirk, I appreciate you. H Gaming, everybody that stopped in, that subbed, that has become a friend now. I appreciate everyone. Rex, Catch a Shot, William, all y'all. Please keep checking back with me. I will be back on here in a little bit streaming. Don't know what we're going to do tonight, but we'll figure it out, and I'll be going live. So y'all have a blessed evening. Get out there, get those classifieds, get those exotics, have fun. If you come across somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, don't just push them aside and move on. Reach out a helping hand. Give someone a shot. Teach them how to play the game. Teach them how to fall in love with this game. That's the way this community will grow. I know it will, because this is a great community. So y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.